Well, obviously, ladies and gentlemen, I had to wear my best blue button up for this one, because how could I not? I just had to. What's going on, everybody? My name is Zack, and I love talking cinema and all things entertainment. And as always, I really do appreciate you guys stopping by, and I really hope you enjoy your stay. Because coming up this time around, we're looking at Free Guy. Yes, the brand new Ryan Reynolds video game open world film. We're in for a fun time, aren't we? This movie stars a very colorful cast of characters, including everyone's favorite smart aleck Ryan Reynolds, and is directed by Shawn Levy. If that name sounds familiar, this is the guy that brought you all three Night at the Museum movies. I mean, those are some of my childhood favorites, so combined with the talent of Ryan Reynolds, I was all in on this one. And this film follows a bank teller called Guy, played by Ryan Reynolds, who realizes he is an NPC in an open world video game called Free City that will soon go offline. Yeah, so think about what would happen if you were, say, I don't know, a grocery store clerk in Grand Theft Auto. And then one day you realize, holy f***, my life is so repetitive, and there's people all around me that are trying to kill me. That's basically what this movie is. And just based on that premise alone and Ryan Reynolds' involvement, let me just say that I was completely sold. So I just got done seeing it at my local movie theater, and I gotta say, guys, I still have a smile on my face, don't I? This was basically my complexion from scene one. This is, and I'm honestly saying this unironically, this is one of the smartest and most original films of the entire year. I'm dead serious. This movie freaking blew me away. Not only with its comedy, which I found absolutely hilarious from the get-go, but also with all the poignancy of the themes in here. That was a very welcome surprise for me. This film is not only scathingly critical of the video game industry as a whole, what with the idea of generating sequels that are totally unnecessary if not for monetary gain. And trust me guys, I'm trying to be as vague as I possibly can about this without delving into any spoilers, because I want every single one of you to experience this movie for yourself. But Free Guy really is all about finding that free will. It's all about finding your true purpose in a life that may seem repetitive or pointless. And I think that's a really amazing message that kids and adults can relate to. The humor in this movie, don't even get me started on it, guys. There were some parts that had me on the floor. There will certainly be jokes that your kids will not understand, but I sure did. And I personally think director Shawn Levy does an outstanding job in finding that balance. Something else I really don't think is getting enough credit for how ridiculously amazing it is in this film: the camera work and the CGI. These action set pieces are among some of the more fun ones you'll check out this year. Maybe even rivaling the MCU, if I'm being honest. Not to mention these performances, guys. Across the board, they are all super fun. Everybody feels like they are having a total blast. And as an audience member, it makes me have all the more fun with them. Ryan Reynolds in this movie basically plays, well, Ryan Reynolds. If you've seen Deadpool, you know what I'm talking about. Reynolds at this point in his career has very much found his type with the character of Guy. This really is what this guy is best at. He's the smart aleck protagonist. Guy can go from being completely oblivious to his surroundings to a complete badass putting trolls down all over the world. And in case you're wondering, yes, there is a very clever in-joke in this film about taking down internet trolls and what have you. I really found it amazing. Lil Rel plays Guy's best friend Buddy. Jeez, ain't that clever naming. But he's really funny as per, and he gets a really sweet moment with Guy towards the end of the film that, my god, I dare not spoil for you here. It really does sum up their entire friendship. And Taika Waititi plays our main villain called Antoine in this. Oh my god, is this guy chewing up every single frame. Like, holy bananas, this is so deliciously over the top. To be frank, this is in a very Taika Waititi manner, but he was super fun to watch. Anytime he popped up, I wasn't like, oh, we have to go back to the villain. No, I was actually looking forward to his next scenes and seeing what other shenanigans he was gonna get up to. But you know who was especially fun to watch in this film? Jodie Comer. She may have stolen the entire film. I'm not even joking. She was that great. She was likable, she was charismatic, she was a natural-born leader, and a total badass. There's honestly points in this movie where I wish that she was the main character. And I know that's insane, saying that in a Ryan Reynolds flick. But let me make one thing perfectly clear to everybody. Ryan Reynolds is still the main character. He is, in fact, the guy on the poster. I'm just saying, there were some small points in this film during this runtime where I really wished it was about Jodie Comer's character. Because this is also not to mention Reynolds and Comer's chemistry. It is just downright precious. They're making me use the word precious. I mean, that's how good it is. All of their scenes, I kid you not, they will make you want bubblegum flavored ice cream. You're welcome. I mean, I seriously loved Free Guy. This movie was fucking phenomenal from beginning to end. And I honestly didn't want this movie to end because I was smiling from ear to ear so much. But this all does lead me into my nitpicks. First of all, I think towards the end of the third act, towards this big action climax, one too many pop culture references. And I understand what they were getting at with these, but I feel like even just one more reference thrown in there and then it would have been overkill. Thankfully, it wasn't hammered in too much, but it did kind of get to a point where it was kind of annoying, if that's the word for it. I certainly wasn't annoyed watching this film at any point, but like, man, all those references put together, it did remind me of Ready Player One in some facets. Like they're rubbing it in like, oh, you could be watching a different movie. But I cannot downgrade the film too harshly for the references it pulls off here, because it does lead to one of my favorite cameos all year. Oh my god, I was laughing my ass off. I lost it. I completely lost it. But I did reference a movie known as Ready Player One. Now, while I do enjoy that film, while I do think Steven Spielberg did a nice job with it, I feel like there were one too many references. That's where I feel like it was overkill. But all I was thinking watching Free Guy was this. Oh my god, this is everything Ready Player One should have been. Because this movie was a lot more fun than Ready Player One. This is a video game movie. But then you get Free Guy and it's a whole different animal and you're left like me, completely chipper. And then you throw in some similar themes to The Truman Show. Oh my gosh though, guys, I think we have an instant classic on our hands. I'm gonna give Free Guy an A-. What else needs to be said? I loved this film. I think it's one of the strongest movies of the year. Certainly one of the best video game themed movies out there. Phenomenal performances across the board, good direction. It's hilarious. And this movie is really gonna make you feel so free to just smile and have a good time. And that's really what going to the movie theater is all about, having fun. Of course, this is all just one blue shirt guy's opinion. What did you guys think of Free Guy? Do you agree with me? Do you not? And I'm also curious, let me know down in the comments section what your favorite sandbox-based video game is. Is it Grand Theft Auto? Is it Bully? Is it Red Dead Redemption? I'm obviously a big gamer in addition to being a cinephile as well, so feel free to sound off down in the comments and let's have a fun discussion, shall we? Hey, if this is your first time visiting the channel today and you'd like to keep up to date with all of my content, do consider hitting that subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can. It really helps me get this content out there, and it's also free. Heh, free, pun not intended. At least not that time. But also, you know what'll really help me out is leaving a thumbs up on your way out the door. That would be really awesome. And as always, guys, look out for more exciting content hitting this channel very soon. Look out this weekend for my reviews for Don't Breathe 2 and Respect, also out in theaters this weekend. And hey, stay tuned for my next announcement for my next retro playlist that's going to be going on throughout the month of September. As always, guys, thank you all so much for the support of the channel up to this point. It really does mean the world. With all that being said, back talk, commence!